little microphone?
Yeah, it goes around your neck.
No. Although maybe someday soon. All right, so number one, Athena said she had trouble with this one, so let Athena have it. So I've got a real and bizarro.
I get the second part.
Okay, it says after careful measurement, the 0.35 yields the derivative 3 at 7. Agreed? So the inverse would be the point would be 5.3, and then therefore the derivative at in inverse land at 5 would be what?
That I don't know.
1.7. And so the answer to the question, Enrico, with me?
Yeah.
Okay, this is the point. It says the derivative of the inverse. So number one, it says after careful measurement, we know that 3/5 at that for the original function, 3/5 at the point 3, 5, the slope is 7. Agreed? What does that tells us? One thing about the inverse. At the point 5, 3, because we're going to switch x's and y's, the derivative would be 1 over. So it's going to be at derivative 5 is equal to 1/7. That's all we've done. But at least to much confusion. Probably because I teach it badly. So, with me, sort of? Okay. With me, sort of, Davina? Okay. All right. Try the next one. What is the slope of line tangent to 2 arc cosine x equals x at x equals root 3 over 2?
Wait, this. Okay, I actually don't think this is right. What they are okay.
All right.
Holy.
Chris, ready to do number 2 for me?
Yeah.
Are you ready? Okay. So I got real and bizarro land. And so it says, what is the slope? So you want to put f of x on the left or the right side? You want to put real land or bizarro land? You want to do bizarro land? Okay. Yeah, it doesn't matter as long as you go with inverses. Arc cosine of x. Note this is capital A. That matters on AP Central, right? That means principal values. Means the normal value you get from your calculator. You don't have to find all the real random ones. Okay, and then we're finding that where we had the point root 3 over 2. Agreed? So what would be my real version of this? Now we're going to have to be careful because we're actually going to solve for it. Right? So if I switch x's and y's, I get x equals 2 arc cosine of y. Agreed? How do I get rid of that 2? Divided by 2. So I get 1/2 x equals arc cosine of y. And then how do I get rid of an arc cosine? Which would be cosining both sides. So I get cosine of 1 over 2x equals y. Great. All right. Now, what's the derivative of that? It would be 1/2 sine 1/2 x. I need a negative because it's a negative sign, right? And I'm going to... Okay, that's good. I live with that. Good, smart? Now, I just need to plug in the point, right? What's the point I plug in here? I do have to solve. I'm trying to trick you. So, where does cosine give me root 3 over 2? At pi over 2? Whoop. Pi over 6. There we go. I'll believe that. Oh, but times 2, so that's going to be pi over 3 when I get done, right? Everyone with me? I made a mistake there. Don't say good? We good? Athena good? Okay, so I put in root 3 over 2, and for our cosine, where does it give me that? I looked up there, it says pi over 6. or have it memorized because you have to have it memorized for this class. Arc cosine means what I need to make the angle. So given this ratio, what's the angle? So 3 over 2 gives me, for cosine, I need a 30-degree angle or a pi over 6 angle. Agreed? And so pi over 6 times 2 is pi over 3. Do that fast? Is that okay? Good over here? Bernard? Okay. All right, so I look at this and go, so what point am I dealing with over here? Chris? Pi over 3. You said pi over 3, so I assume you know what we're doing with it. Okay, so I put it back in here. Y prime equals negative 1/2 sine 1/2 pi over 3. So prime negative 1/2 times this whole thing becomes 1/2, right? So what do I get? Negative 1/4. So my derivative of the original function at root 3 over 2 would be equal to what? Negative 4.
This is starting to make a lot.
At some point there's a threshold. Some of you will get to it hopefully right away, and some of you got a little more time to do. All right, so a warning from 71 through 75. A warning from 71 to 75. Those A's, I want you to put an arrow towards it. Those are in the inverse land already, right? Because the instructions say f of negative 1 prime at A. So that's already got a negative 1 on it, right? So they want to find those are inverses already. So those are in the other place. Agreed? And for 71, 73, and 75, the A is in inverse land.
But the equation's in regular.
The equation's in regular land. So they want you to find the derivative of the inverse at A. That A is in inverse. It's already, that's the y value for this function. Yes?
So does that mean it's the y value for the function?
Remember when we started this problem? I said, pretend like it's just the positive values. Let's not worry about negative values. At the very bottom and the front of this worksheet, there's a question. It says, this only works if both functions are.
No.
It says if both are functions.
Oh, sorry. That's terrible. Should say this only works if both functions. Switch that. Functions and are should be in the wrong place. Both functions are. I'm going to throw a word in here, and then I'm going to define the word for you because that makes sense. Monotonic. Monotonic. It's a terrible word, but you'll find it written correctly on the back side. And then they ask you questions about monotonicity just to mess with you. It's the very last set of problems. Okay? Monotonicity. Monotonicity means the following. There's not two answers for the function. Either this way, which is the normal way we do functions, or this way. Why does that matter, Mr. Bibele? Why would it be really difficult to use this inverse idea on the very function I showed it to you on?
You cannot like 2 lines inside of this. Just the line rules.
When I turn it this way, what I should have drawn is this, shouldn't I? Which means, yeah, you have an answer for 4, but you also have an answer for... And this one refers to this one over here. We assumed we were dealing with this one, and that led to this one, which made us very happy. But this one over here gives me that one over there, doesn't it? And both are legitimate answers, which caused my head to explode. The good news for this is this. All you have to know is that it's a problem. They're not going to give you a problem, nor will I give you a problem where it doesn't resolve itself. Because the answer to the question is, I don't know what the answer is because it's not monotonic. They don't want that. Okay? So monotonicity means that because this is a function that has two values, when I flip it sideways, what's going to happen? I'm going to get up two answers, and one of them is not going to be right. And that's weird. Does that make sense? Sort of? So all I need to know about monotonic is, what monotonic means is the function and its inverse are both functions. The original function and the inverse have to be both functions for this to work 100% and work beautifully. Okay? That's called monotonicity. In other words, the function and its inverse are both functions. Bernard, where you at? You good? All right, for homework, and you have to do this homework, otherwise you're going to lose it. We're doing something else next time. 71 through 75, you have to do those. Cross out 83. I don't want you to even look at it. Don't look at 83. Just cross it out. Close it. Close your eyes. Don't even look at it. And then I want you to answer 23 as best you can, given the stupid instructions. So do 71 through 75, and then do 23 as best you can. Skip 81 temporarily. That's okay. You can do that in your sleep. It just doesn't go with the other ones, and I'm not sure why it's there. Yes. Yes. You're allowed an extra 3 minutes or so, and then if more than that, take a bath with it. Too much gas fumes, huh? Sue the district.
Okay. I will.
I didn't even see you in the parking lot, though. BC kids. BC student. Where were you Monday?
What?
Where were you Monday?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, we evacuated the building at 7:27.
We're coming in tomorrow.
Okay. We've got officially 2 more sessions, this and one other.
Okay.
And we're done. And I can give you a BC test and start practicing for the real thing. So I can't, it's March. We're starting to drift into where you're not going to get enough practice. You know, and it's got to be something that's going to be self-directed. So I need to get you guys started.
I'll give it him.
At 12.